Hey guys, this is the general reading for Taurus. I'm pretty much gonna make it just because I'm so close to March. This is gonna be for the second half of February and March of 2020 for Taurus. It's gonna be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if you're significantly drawn to this video, you have significant placements in your chart. Even if you're cross-watching for a Taurus, welcome. For more of a complete picture, or if this doesn't resonate with you, also check out my other videos I've either already made or will make in the future of all that same stuff I just said. I apologize now if my speaking is just tongue-tied or all over. Like, I don't know if it's like the pre-Mercury retrograde. I don't know if it's just me. I'm definitely in the middle of an energy shift, so bear with me. So let's remember that energy is fluid. So some, none, or all of this may apply. This could be happening now. It could have already happened. It could happen in the future. It may not happen. So apply it to your life as necessary, right? Because some, none, or all of this may apply. I could read this as love. It could be career. I could read this as you. It could be someone else significant to you. So just take what fits and leave the rest. Thank you so much for those of you who have inquired about donations and donated. It really means a lot to me for the reciprocity of energy, or if this has helped you in some way. If you are interested or in services, my email information's in the description box below, PayPal information, description box below, service information, description box below. The only thing I have not added yet is my shamanic services, which I said it was gonna be February, but now at this point, because I'm so close to it, it'll be my March videos, because now I'm starting to have a better grasp on the little things I had to figure out for when I had to post them. So if you're interested before I put them out, just email me for anything shamanic service, shamanic illumination, soul retrieval, destiny retrieval, power animal retrieval, anything like that. If you're interested, just email me or leave a comment. Please read the disclaimer. Read all of it. Read the disclaimer. But if you still have questions, of course, please email me. So thank you also for those of you who have participated with services. I love working with you guys and getting to know you guys. For those of you who do follow me and you can't donate or you can't do a service right now, I do every now and then do free services. So just keep that in mind. I'm sorry, I have hair on my lip or something. But please keep in mind that a way that you can very much help me out and be a way of donating that doesn't cost you anything is by liking the video and commenting on the video. So subscribe, also hit the bell. I put out different types of videos and I have more content coming. Some of it I already have done. I just literally have not even had the time to like get it ready and set to put up. So my channel will be doing what it's been doing, but evolving. So just subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. But please like and comment and share the videos, because not only is that your way of saying thank you for the energy that I provide here, also if I've helped you out in some way, but it also makes it to where it helps grow my channel and it also helps other people get the message because it helps, the YouTube algorithm and all of that. Okay? So if I think of anything else, I'll let you know. But let's get started with your reading. I'm sorry I've been away for so long. Like I said, I'm really in the middle of a lot of energy shifts right now. And I have so much going on that I'm trying to figure out exactly what to do with the channel, but also growing like in person in the 3D. And so I'm really trying to find like, my time management and where to place my energy, and while in the midst of learning and growing and pushing past certain obstacles and blocks and challenges. And also had a lot of like shamanic services to work through and stuff too, so seeing how much of my energy that takes, how to incorporate it with everything else I'm doing. So I really missed you guys. So in a lot of ways I'm actually taking a break right now just to really come back home, to the Taurus group. And so in a way, this is for myself too, but really being called to that. I know there's a lot going on for everybody, but I feel especially Tauruses as well. So I really just wanted to come in and hopefully give you guys some guidance. I know yesterday I was guided to look back on my last video, and it was amazing how much it like hit right on for me. So I was like, wow, like I had no idea. And I was just listening to it like, holy crap, you know, it's crazy. And this is really shows how like the past and the present and the future is like all one, because on one hand, like it's my past self that was letting me know about the future, but yet here I am also watching my future self, but it was my present self. Like you can see how all of them collapse. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm not going to go further because that's not the point of all this, but it was amazing watching it. And I was just like, oh my God, like I just really hit it on, especially for myself. So there's so many energies lately. So I hope you guys are doing well. Keep your head up. You know I'm currently, it's good though, but currently going through a lot that's really, you know, testing me, and my energy is in the middle of shifting and everything. So, in the center of your reading, you have the Page of Swords. The feeling I really get from this is like, it's that feeling of, you're kind of embarking on a new journey. And it's like, like you some degree know what it is, but you're also, it's new at the same time. So you're really also having to learn new things, and in many different ways. I really associate this a lot of times to Gemini energy. And Geminis are very, childlike, child-hearted like in the spirit, creative, but they're quirky at the same time. They've got that type of quirkiness to them. And I understand this very well because I am a Taurus sun, but my moon and my rising is Gemini. So there's a quirkiness and a curiosity to it, and I know, but at the same time, there's so much that you're learning. I hope this makes sense that I'm saying this energy, because even though you may know, and it's like, but at the same time, there's just a lot to learn. So I'm just going to leave it at that. The other feeling I get from this is there's a defensiveness to this as well. And I think that really shows with like what's crossing you is the 9 of Wands. So, this is very much like a wounded healer card, a wounded warrior. It's just a lot that you'll be going through or coming up against or working through or whatever, but they're still making it. They're kind of battled a little bit, but they're still standing there. They're still standing strong. They're still working through it. There's a maturity or a maturation process, almost, maybe even spiritually, but energetically, willfully, like just passion wise, in all ways. And going from this fun, new, excited, creative energy in the beginning of the journey. So might be some new phase that a lot of Tauruses are embarking on right now, in whatever way for them. And it's literally like I was saying before, it is a type of leveling up, but it's a leveling up in a way where, you know, there's tests and there's things to learn, not only about yourself, but about the world. And, you know, just this energy is very like young, vibrant, like I'm ready to go. And this one is like, you know, I'm glad I did it, but like he's resting for a minute because there were so many things. This is right after the Eight of Wands, you know, which I really thought you do have, yeah. So you have the Eight of Wands coming up where there's a lot of communication. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of things happening. I mean, if you think of like the Seven of Wands, it's like that battle where you're up higher and you're guarding and you're ready to go. Like people are trying to come or things are trying to come at you, but you're ready. And then the Eight of Wands is like, it's all coming in, right? And then the Nine of Wands is like, you've made it through, like you're successful, maybe, maybe not, probably. I mean, you do have victory at hand here, so I'm guessing you are victorious, at least in your own way. I mean, it doesn't mean that the other person doesn't have to be. There are situations where everybody can be victorious. But you're definitely like, whew, you know, at the end of it or during it. Like you're definitely, there is some stuff being learned here is the vibe I'm getting, because this is definitely more of a experienced, they've been through something energy, and this is more of a, I'm ready, like, let's go, I'm excited, like, they know how to be a human. But I'm not going to say there's not a lot of wisdom here, because Gemini has, they're a very intelligent sign. Sometimes though, due to the, especially depending on how evolved they are, depending on the level of life experience or ability to self-reflect or whatever, there can be a level of naiveness here. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean that in a way of like an ignorance way. And again, in ignorant, I'm saying a lack of knowledge, meaning they haven't experienced certain things yet, right? So due to this leveling up period, because here's your new level, and you're carrying some level of knowledge from previously, so you're like, I'm good, you know, I've got this figured out, you're ready to go forward. So you're carrying some level of knowledge forward, enough to, I feel I have some knowledge. It will hold you over to some degree, but you got some new stuff to figure out, and it may be a little bit exhausting, but is weathering the right word? Like, it's a little bit, it might be a little taxing on you, but you will make it through, and you'll still be standing there. Like, just, I think what it's trying to say to you is, don't allow it to make you give up or be, there was a word that just came to my mind, then it just left. Like disheartened, that wasn't it, but to give up basically, because this is also like spiritual perseverance. So just know that this is like a growing pains type of card. You will be learning, you will be growing, it is necessary. But you will also be provided, whether it's within yourself or spiritually, the level of will and determination to keep on going. So don't allow yourself to be or feel defeated or like you want to give up or like, oh, this isn't what I had in mind and what I thought it was going to be, because there's parts of you that have to grow. Not only energetically within yourself and mindfully, but maybe even in like your just perception and how you viewed it all and where you're going with it. And this is the type of energy that will lead you to like the wisdom of the hermit. You know what I mean? Like after all this is said and done and this guy feels like he doesn't have to battle or defend anymore, he's gonna go within and reflect on everything that just happened, right? So he's gonna turn all these experiences within this card into wisdom that you can then turn into whatever you want. That wisdom becomes valuable at that point. And Tauruses know all about value and how to utilize value or make something valuable. This is, but it's not. This is like, I know, which, you know, even though Tauruses I have, they are very much, I know. Like one of their strongest things for Taurus, in my opinion, is their inner knowing. So even though, yes, this is also to some degree due to it being a page, it is there is a lack of knowledge and wisdom here. And it seems like the universe is going to be providing this to you. But I get it's to help you out because you are leveling up. So you're going to need this knowledge for some reason or to move forward or whatever. Okay? And I think the reason why is because in your foundation, you have the Three of Wands. So either you're waiting on something or something is coming in. Something's coming in, whether you've been waiting on it or not. Whether it's, I feel it's something good. I mean, it is yellow. But you're going to need some level of knowledge and experience, because wherever you're going or whatever you're going to be doing, you're going to need this. Whether it's inner knowledge, outside knowledge, will, drive, determination. I mean, it might very well be like because of the yellow with like your solar plexus and stuff. So don't let it break you down. And I'm not saying this in a, oh, it's going to be horrible type of way. Just know that whatever is coming in is to teach you and guide you. So don't just grip down and go in fear or this is horrible or this is why I don't do it. It's just the growing pains, okay? Bring forth your tools. Remember, go forward. Like the last video, go forward, pull back, reflect. Go forward, pull back, reflect. Tell me about this Three of Wands. Yeah. Because whatever you're wanting, this Four of Wands will be coming in. But something about your level of knowledge or how you're going about it, either it can't come to you right now or it's on its way to you. But while it's on its way to you, it's going to be teaching you other things so that when it comes, you can navigate this more properly. You can keep it in an abundant way and not destroy it as soon as it comes to you, or not reject it because you feel not deserving of it, or to where you're not scared of it, or that you just don't know how to manage this, basically. I mean, this is, in my opinion, if you had to take any of the Wands energy, this is one of the ones that would be closest to Taurus. I mean, they're a very home. I think 4 is literally one of the Taurus numbers. It's a very grounded, stable type energy. So on one hand, they'd be like, oh no, I totally know how to navigate it. But this is in a new way, is what I'm trying to say. It's in a way that you're not used to. So just roll with whatever happens, because it's trying to help you learn how to navigate it and have the proper energy and mindset and outlook, and not only to manifest it and keep it, but to utilize it in a way of value in whatever way your journey is supposed to take you to do or utilize it. You get what I'm saying? In your past, you had the Five of Swords. So this obviously is you as well. I mean, needing, having this is within your mind as well. And it needs to be cleared out for this Four of Wands. But this is probably also people around you that it's a very competitive vibe. It's a very all about me vibe. I'm going to do whatever I can to win. We're not going to play together. We're not going to play well in the sandbox. This is not an abundant energy. This is only I can win and you have to fail because there's no way we can all win type vibe. So whether you were doing this to someone else, and somewhere inside of you, this is in you, just so you know, even if someone did this to you, it's going to be different for everybody. More than likely, this, in your perception as a Taurus, happened to you. Where you dealt with someone or something that I did this to you in some way. And maybe in some way you were doing this to yourself. Maybe you did this to somebody else. Maybe this is just a fear of yours and it's really a test from the universe saying, how are you going to react to it this time? Did it come back around again? Did you allow it to defeat you? Did this come in to push you? Did this spark a phoenix energy of yours? Did you not want to make this your reality anymore? Did you have to be pushed to find love and compassion through this? Could you find yourself through this? Kind of like my last reading where I was like, who are you? Let's pull on that just to see. Tell me about the Five of Swords. So you have the Ace of Cups reversed, the Star reversed, and the Knight of Swords reversed. It wasn't nice, Obviously something was possibly cut away. It was not something that was a new beginning for you. It was not on your path. I think energy was just cut off, whether you did it or they did it. It could have been external to you. It could have been within you. It could have been both. Either way, though, you're sitting here now in the Nine of Swords in your crowning position. And so you could be a little bit anxious. Chances are this is going to be during a Mercury retrograde. And it will be in Pisces if I'm not mistaken. So there may be some emotional things come up or some things for you to mentally work through. Maybe even some energies to let go of. Maybe it might even be this, because that was the Knight of Swords, right? And you have the 10 of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Maybe even somebody who had a very just all about themselves, controlling, just somewhat nasty or intense or judgmental energy. Just a lot that was weighing and needed to be cut down and walked away from. It's really just to show you some things about what yourself and what you're holding on to or what you're letting in. But either way, you might be losing sleep over it. You might just be anxious about it or just thinking about it a little bit. and just really reevaluating some things. Tell me about the Nine of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, like you're really thinking about some things because you have the Hangman and the Devil. So you're really thinking about and reevaluating some things and seeing like maybe you didn't see something or something just ended. And it probably just pushed you in a different direction. And it's honestly, it seems like it's for your benefit. But you are reevaluating something and you're seeing things from a different perspective. And it might be either some codependencies, it might be some toxicities or some energies around you that either you don't want around you or you want to go at them in a different way. But either way, I really get you're really thinking and reevaluating some things with all that. In your likely future, you have, again, the Hangman. So, like I said, you are reevaluating some things. You're in an uncomfortable position. You might have even kind of went back to like, you know, isolate yourself or go in hermit mode a little bit, which is funny considering I was saying this is the type of energy that ends up bringing you into the hermit energy, where they go and they reflect and go on their own and they turn their experiences into wisdom, right? That's what the hermit energy does. So you might be putting yourself in slightly an uncomfortable position or sacrificing and just being on your own for a little while to see things from a different perspective. When I pulled cards on this to see what this energy was, I may have to think about this. These all came together, but yet separately. So you got Friend, and she's kind of like going at this Despair card. And then Faithfulness with the dog. Let's see if I can, where is it? I'm going to see a little bit more about this Despair card. I kind of get, part of you might just want, like, be like, you just don't want to deal with people altogether, right? Like, it's just like, doesn't, not literally, but makes you want to shoot yourself in the head. You're just like, ugh. Tell me about the Despair card. Yeah. So it kind of gets to a point where you don't know like who's real and who's not. Right? You might even have some good things going for you and you have people either watching or wanting to follow you, or I don't want to say riding your energy or whatever, because some people do that and some people it can look like, and you know, just everyone's trying to enjoy abundance together. So you don't want to go into competitive mind frame. But it's like fortune, pleasure seekers, and then conversation. Like you're there by yourself, abundance, and now all of a sudden people are like, hey, what's up, blah blah blah, let's all hang out, right? Maybe I'm not sure, these same people, this same person or these same people, maybe, or other ones like that energy, and they're just like, let's be friends. And you're just like, oh my God, if I have to deal with you anymore, I'm going to shoot myself in the head. And it either could be where you have to go and see what you want and be faithful to yourself, or maybe who once was an enemy might turn into somebody. Tell me about the Faithfulness card. Yeah, no. Misfortune. It's like the Tower. It could change. Tell me another card about the Faithfulness. So I think this literally is another card about faithfulness. Just the overall vibe I'm getting in this, so you guys are going to have to judge this for yourself, is it's people coming forth like they're your friend or to befriend you or on a good note. And I'm not saying this is real. This might even just be your perception. So apply it as necessary. But they're not, or you feel they're not. You don't know who you can trust or what you can trust. And this is why you're really needing to be picking up on this hermit energy and going within yourself, because a lot of times when you don't know who to trust or you don't know how to trust people, it's because you don't trust yourself and you don't have a relationship with yourself and with your guides. The more of a relationship you have with yourself and your guides, the more you can trust, because you trust yourself and you trust your guides. Even if you do something wrong, because sometimes when things happen like wrong or in a tower moment, it was meant to guide you. So don't be too hard or strict on yourself. Take the knowledge that you learned from this experiences, go within, go into the hermit vibe, and turn it into wisdom. So that in the future, as you move forward, because we're not going to want to lock down, right? As you keep moving forward, you can always make decisions based on your intuition, your guides, and previous experiences that were turned to wisdom. But you just, either way, like, this is a vibe all over it to where, I don't know, it just feels gross to me. It feels like people coming up like, hey, friend, whether they're new people or whether they're people that, you know, from this, at some point in your life, they might be coming back around. Maybe this is from Mercury retrograde, right? And they're coming around like, hey, friend. And they've realized so much, like, I'm sorry, or I want to be friends with you now, or I see the value in things, or hey, I want to talk, or hey, can you help me, or hey, whatever. And you're just like, much love, much compassion, but maybe even family, like, it just feels gross and fake. That's the vibe I get. Gross and fake. I say that with love. Seriously. But it feels gross. Because it's just, so here's another thing kind of confirming that, where you have this is like the public card. So this could be social media. This could be a lot of things happening like in public or with people. It could be there's more people involved than there should be. But it's next to the abundant card. And I just get another vibe that whether it's something you're doing or just in who you are or because of timing or because of Mercury retrograde or whatever, there's just people coming, or even your abundance is bringing people back in, or your abundance is bringing new people or whatever. And you're really kind of just trying to like sit and like think about how you feel about it all, because let's face it, like in the past or in the recent past, it was like this, and you're just like, I don't know. So, you know, you might have some challenges, or like this is like enemy or foe, but after that, you know, you do have the flowers. So even when things do come up, just as like a message that this seems to keep coming for with you guys, it's gonna be okay. So just know that no matter what happens or whoever comes or whatever, how it goes, you're still going to maintain in your abundance and in your success. It's not going, even if you get a little like, ooh, scared or nervous or shaky or whatever, like, your abundance is going to be there. It's not, it's not going to go away. There's going to be some end or transformation to this fear or these hard times. Like, I feel like a big lesson that I feel like has even been coming in for me, but probably for Taurusers or maybe even people anyways, is just, I've had a lot of reoccurring like karmic cycles coming in, you know, in the past, especially month and two. And I see it happening. And I think one of the biggest lessons, is to see like, what do I want, and be more confident and sure of that, whether I think it's right or wrong or not. Because a lot of times I'll make a decision and then I'll be like, well, is that the right one? Is there a better way? What's the most loving and compassionate way? And I do always try to be the most loving and compassionate, but sometimes like I've gotten to a point where I'm just like, I don't care if it's right or wrong. Like, I don't care what people think about it. And I don't care what people think of me. Like, I've just gotten tired and to a point where I'm like, I don't care, you know? I'm a good person anyways. Like, I don't need to think it that much through. And I don't care if somebody agrees with it. I don't care if somebody thinks that I'm a good person or that it's right or wrong. Like, I don't care about their validation or if I'm accepted or could it be better. Like, I'm just going to be me and do me. And if there's things that come in that like rock my energy or shake me, I think one of the biggest lessons is to remember who I am, you know, and my energy and my abundant energy, and that I will be okay regardless. Like, even if you come in and you shake me a little bit, or I'm like, ooh, God, like, I'm okay. Because I'm kind of like a badass type of energy like that. Like, even if I get shaken, even if I get taken down, I always come back, and I always come back stronger than I was before. I don't really have anything to worry about. And not only that, but I always learn from my lessons. I always self-reflect, and my guides have my back. You know what I mean? So, especially now that I'm more aware and paying attention, like, I navigate so much better than I used to. So I'm just realizing there isn't as much point in me to worry about what people do when they come my way, or what they do. Even if I have people that would be considered haters, or that want to hurt me or stop me or destroy me, or they're competitive or they're jealous or they're whatever. I mean, a lot of that is perception and subjective anyways, so you don't want to get hung up on that. But it doesn't matter, is what I'm trying to say. Like, so yes, take the time to figure this out and make sure you're working with your intuition and your guides and everything, but don't get hung up to the point where you're like, can you make the wrong move? Or if I make the wrong move, will I bring myself down? Will they? No. Like, you're going to see that you can navigate it fine, and maybe even get, I mean, yes, always protect your energy, especially while you're a little more sensitive or going through a shift. But I think a lot of Tauruses are going to start to come to realize that they're good, even if they're going through something. And there's a level of energy shift that's coming to where maybe they don't have to isolate or protect exactly in the same way as they used to, because what I'm coming to find is that the more that you always have to, if you're in a more sensitive place or you're having to go within, you do have to get in your own energy so that you can reflect on your own stuff and with your own guides. You don't want outside influences in on that, right? But I know as I was evolving, and I still am obviously, but a lot of times if something would happen, like, I would go away from it, or I would try to avoid certain people. And yes, I still have my boundaries, but I've just started coming more and more to the realization that the more I know who I am within myself, and the more that I embrace these energies and I move forward and I learn and I just bring on more of my who I really am, the more I may not have to be that like ooh around certain people. I mean, I may not choose to want to be around them, but I'm not there yet. But I can see that coming in my path where I know I'm going to get to a point where I'm not going to choose to be constantly around people that I don't vibe with on an energetic way. But I don't think that it will affect me or rock me as much being around those types of people, if that makes sense. Because I will have more of a truth within myself. I will have more of an anchoring within myself to where I won't get, shaked or shook as much. And I won't have to be as fearful, or I won't have to protect myself, or, for lack of better words, run or hide, or I guess worry about my foundation being shaken or taken from me, or somebody doing something, because I've got me and I know me, and I just don't, it's not that I don't care what people think in a inconsiderate or selfish way. I still would be open, but it's just in a way of where getting to a point where you're more sure of who you are and you're more unapologetically you, right? Like, so not only finding out, who are you and who do you want to be? What parts you do you want to keep and let go of? So some of that might be coming up or have come up for you to reflect on. But also owning those parts and just being unapologetically you and loving you in that. And it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody likes it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. If they're there for a minute and then they go, they go. It just doesn't matter. So you get what I'm saying. I don't want to harp on this anymore. I just really get there's a big thing coming up here karmically where there might be something different to see, not only in how you react this time compared to last time, are you missing a message, but also to see that maybe you can release the fear of that and those things, because now you're starting to get more of, like I said earlier, like that solar plexus vibe where you're okay regardless. Like, nobody has the power to take you down. That any other time, maybe even that somebody has, for the most part, it's been because of how you perceived it, or your energy from it, or what you allowed to happen to you, or how your fears got the best of you, or whatever. And you might be holding yourself now in more of surety and stability and here's who I am. And although you're flexible enough to self-reflect and learn, you're also stable in who you are. And you're not able to be rocked or shook as much. And you've already gotten some of these lessons, but there may be a little bit more just to kind of finish that out or smooth it out a little bit more, because you're going to need it for what's coming, right? There's abundance coming, and you can't be unstable for when that abundance comes. You need to be sure of who you are. You need to be confident of who you are. You need to own that abundance. You need to be that abundance. You need to vibe with that abundance. Abundance does not get scared because it knows that it's abundant. Do you get what I'm saying? Taurus, really out of any of the signs, is the one that naturally embraces the vibration of abundance. We are like one of, or if not the best of the manifestors of the zodiac. I mean, everybody can tap into all these energies, so you get what I'm saying. But we are natural manifestors. We are naturally abundant. We are ruled by Venus of love, of abundance, of creativity, of that feeling of hope and of just being there and just, you know, in a way that a lot of other signs have to work to become. They don't naturally embrace that energy. We do. And it's time to step into that. And it's a time to embrace it in a way of knowing that fear is not needed, because abundance knows no fear. Abundance knows limitlessness. Yes, that's right. Didn't think about it. Roll with it. But abundance knows it's abundant. You can't mess with an abundant energy. And that's, I think, one of the biggest lessons that Tauruses are going to be learning. You can never take down abundance. Only you can fool yourself into thinking that it or somebody is taking from you. And this is for everybody. This isn't just for Tauruses. But we all know that Tauruses embrace this naturally. It's just their fears that they're working through. It's their solar plexuses and their throat chakras that they're working through, right? And it's time that we go into it, because we have things coming for us. And when this abundance comes, we need to be sturdy and strong in our foundation so that we don't shake, because abundance goes to abundance, not to lack. Okay. I have to turn my light on soon. How Taurus sees themselves is the Three of Pentacles. So we see us wanting to collaborate. We're wanting to create. We're wanting to learn. You know, there might be somebody we want to learn from, and we're going to them and we're learning and we're taking notes. And I mean, it's a very creative energy. Whether we're wanting to build and create a business, whether we're wanting to learn, whether we're collaborating with others, it could be multiple, it could be all of it. Let's pull a card on it for craps and giggles. Tell me about this Three of Pentacles. So there's wife. I get that as the Empress energy. So yeah, we're coming into that abundant creative energy. Some of you could be, yeah. That's what I was right about to say that. Some of you could be creating not only abundance as far as business and stuff, but some of you could also be creating anything but family and children. Because right, I was about to say that, I saw the kid, and then I was about to say kid, and then child came up. So some of you could be pregnant. Some of you could be pregnant with an idea. Some of you could be creating business. Some of you could be, because you have wife and Lord and child, some of you could be creating family. Or you're trying to come together. But there has been a lot of pregnancy vibes for Tauruses lately. People anyways, but pretty sure pregnancy was, and baby talk was coming up a lot in my last Taurus reading as well. So again, whether this is just creation in the world or it's literally physically a child. Or some of you are hoping for this because you have hope. And you're really trying to create either your family or you're trying to get pregnant. Like I said, it was coming up a lot in my last reading. So you either are pregnant or you're trying. Or you're trying to create something. Maybe some of you are having a hard time getting pregnant. And you're trying to go to like a specialist. So remember I said here, like going to somebody to learn something or help. Like they have a higher level of knowledge than these two. You may be going to like a doctor. Maybe doing like IVF. or in some way trying to get some type of assistance, whether it's alternative medicine, Western medicine, whatever. You're really hoping, though, and you're kind of just having faith. Some of you, might be losing hope because you've been trying and have been let down or whatever. You get what I'm saying? What's in your environment? So that kind of brings a new spin on that. What's in your environment is you have the Page of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. So we'll hit on the kid thing real quick. Child. Some of you might have either lost a child, tried to get pregnant and it didn't work. Maybe something, hard times with children. But also this is a new creative endeavor as well. So maybe you're kind of hitting like a hiccup as far as whatever you're newly trying to create or work on. There's either a lack mentality or some type of this is very much a security card. So whatever this is emotionally, whether it's tied to children or creative ventures or new type of things, there may either be a security issue or an insecurity around you, whether it's you or whether it's somebody else around you. Okay. So I don't know where I left off. Someone around you might also have a lack mentality, abundance-wise. So you might either in your environment have a lack creativity-wise, whether it's you or somebody else. There might be something having to do with kids on that, or sickness or illness, or having trouble getting pregnant, or maybe like miscarriage or something like that. It would have already happened. I'm not, you get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to predict that. Maybe even a hard time money-wise and trying to figure out what to do with that creatively, but the energy in your environment might either still be lack as far as creating new endeavor, money-wise or children-wise. Maybe even health things that are affecting creativity or kids. Or someone else around you has this mentality. There might also, like I think I was saying before I paused it for a moment, was this also is a security issue. It's a value or monetary security. So maybe somebody is having a hard time money-wise due to kids, or having a hard time funding having kids, or funding what they want to do creativity-wise, or there is just an insecurity. There's a lack of security. Show me about Page of Cups. Young woman. I think for a lot of people it does have to do with kids, but there might also be like creative blocks, somebody around you or you in your environment. But how they see you is that you're still going strong and you're still trying. Some of you, this might also be with like service or your path or your mission. And you're starting out because you have the Page of Swords and here's the Page of Cups. So this could be someone around you, but it could also be you, like the energy around the environment, which is your energy influencing it, And you're coming from a place of insecurity that, you know, that's why you need to go through this Nine of Wands, is to get on a more stable field and work through this fear, lack mindset, or this insecurity, because creatively, you're still growing. You're still page and page. But people see you as a knight, meaning you're taking action, you're going for your goals and your passion anyways. And even though you have some of this kind of sorrow or lack, you know, your sorrow and then you have faithfulness, like you're still being loyal and you're going towards it. You're still taking action. Whether somebody tried to stop you from doing this, or whether they notice this within you, or whether this is just an energy you're working through yourself. It could even be both. Maybe even someone did this to make you see what's in yourself. But some of you you still have hope, but it might be starting to waver. So don't let it either shift your plans or keep going, because there's things that you're having to learn from this. Like I said, like say if you are trying to have a kid, it might be getting you to end this energy generationally, or like maybe on your feminine line or something, so that when you do have a kid, you don't carry this energy forward. So don't allow it to totally dishearten you, because it may be something that you have to work through. Please ignore, I haven't said this, but the bed in the background, I've been doing some shamanic work and I didn't feel like putting the bed up just to put it back up. Take it down, put it back up, all that. It's just there. So, it's a massage bed, not a regular bed. It doesn't matter. But, so don't be disheartened, I think, is a lot of what it's trying to say, because there's some energy that's being worked through to clear right now. So that whenever this is, whatever you're waiting on, that Four of Wands that is either meant to come to you or that you've been working on, it's so that you're ready for it and you have a stronger foundation whenever it comes in, so that it either can come in, or so that you don't like ruin it, destroy it, or carry on certain things or energies whenever it comes. Okay? So for those of you who are trying to have kids, I'm not telling you you're going to have a kid, so please don't take it that way. What I'm saying is don't lose hope, because whatever you're supposed to have, you are going to get. You are going to be abundance. For some of you, a lot of you, it is kids. If you want to know more directly, and I will never tell you you're going to have a kid, but if you want to know more directly on these energies that are influencing you, please hit me up for a personal reading. So if you do want to know more of if it is more aimed at kids, or more of abundance, or maybe what the spiritual lesson is here, or help with your perspective, or how to even move these energies, whether it's through a shamanic service or a reading or a session or whatever, please hit me up for a service, okay? Look in the description box below. And all the services are there except for my shamanic services. So if you need help with that, they should be up in the March readings. But actually, this is going to be a March reading, but you'll see when they come up. If you're interested in shamanic work to help remove some of these energies, just email me. But sessions and readings can also move energy all the same. So hit me up for a personal reading if that's what you're interested in, or anything else that I do. You get what I'm saying? But some of you, this is around you, and some of you, this is you, and I just get a vibe. There's a lot being cleared out right now, and allowing you to see this within your perspective, so that it's preparing you for this Three of Wands, but the Four of Wands that's coming in. And you keep moving towards it. I mean, you have hope, but some of you are faltering a little bit on the hope, but you're going anyways. Like you are persevering anyways, exactly like this Nine of Wands says. Ugh. This is spiritual perseverance. So you're moving forward. In your hopes, you have justice. So balance. Maybe some of you are hoping for a divorce. Some of you are hoping for that which you want. Whatever you think would make things right. What I really get and heard when I saw this was, I just want to come in what I've worked for. Maybe even justice. Maybe even someone to see your side. But I think you just want that abundance and you want to come in what you've been waiting and working for. I mean, everybody feels that way, but especially Tauruses. Tauruses left and right have been being told about patience, you know? But the thing is, Tauruses have had so much to work through that they had to get through some of that stuff before their like full abundance could come in. And not only that, but I don't think they fully had an idea of what was best for them as far as abundance. So, but I just really get that you're wanting, you want your blessings to come in that you've been working for and waiting for so long. What's in your fears is the Ace of Cups. So maybe some of you don't want to focus on yourself. Some of you don't want a new love. Some of you, this is a fear also of the abundant energy. For fear maybe that this lack seems to hurt less than having expectations and being hurt again. So some of you literally are keeping this energy and it's still serving you. And maybe that's even why this is in your environment, is that you're going after people who don't have much to offer you, at least emotionally or security wise or loyalty wise. And at least it's not so hurtful as if you lost somebody who really was like, it's almost like that thing, like it fools you to think you do care about each other, but because you don't, the love and the vulnerability doesn't get as deep as if you did. And then that's more of a loss, right? So there's a part of you that might view this as protecting yourself. This might also be this karmic lesson that you're just trying to keep yourself guarded and protected versus truly being open emotionally and vulnerably. Because the clarification coming up with this is Lover. And then also at the bottom of the deck is Child and Waiting. But I will say, what was coming up with this Three of Pentacles was the woman with the child, and then the Lord. So some of you have some energies here. Some of you would really, 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 really benefit from either doing a reading or even more so doing a one-on-one session with anybody or me. I'm not just trying to put myself out there, but some type of energy work. I mean, maybe the universe can help you in your guide. So if you could do it, go within. But if you need help, you may want to do a session on this or do a little bit of like shadow work or inner child work. Or there may be an energy, or like say if like shamanic work, where if I go in and I see some things in like a shamanic illumination in your energy field, or if I go in and do a soul retrieval and I look at a contract you may have a shadow contract that is keeping this in your environment. It keeps making it play out karmically as a way of protecting you. So mindfully, you're like, this is what I'm trying to bring in. But karmically, you know, because you also have like Saturn and Pluto sitting right next to each other. So a lot of lessons and transformation coming up. This is really trying to clear, because one thing I'm really seeing here is I see you trying to bring in some type of creation, whether it is abundance or creativity or business or family or kids or love, but yet you have a block on this. And I don't mean it's not available to you. I mean it is available to you, but something, some way, some false belief or a shadow contract. And that's what you do in soul retrievals too, by the way, is we go in and we look at the shadow contracts and we burn them. And then we put in new contracts into your energetic space. So the two ways that helps is by seeing what the contract is, so that you know it's there, so you could be more conscious in your decisions and in your thinking and in your manifesting. But also it helps energetically erase and release that and choose a new way and put that in your energy body. But you're literally fearing, out of a way of protection, the same thing of what you're trying to manifest. I just want you guys to know this and see this, right? So either focus on this yourself and ask your guides how to clear this out for you, or if you need help, please hit me up for one of my services to help you energetically with this, because you are literally blocking that which you are trying to create, because there is a fear and an insecurity attached to it. So I'll give you an example. I'll put myself on the spot to give you an example. Not only do I have this a little bit business-wise that I've been working through, especially as far as being seen, because I've had a lot of persecution in my history, but there's a lot here of family as well, of past lifetimes where my family numerous times has been taken from me and killed or taken off to slavery, and then sometimes they were taken from me and we were all taken off to slavery. So I may have an abundant block maybe of family or kids, or I've been working a lot through certain things, but as much as I think maybe I'm emotionally open, maybe there's a part of me that I am attracting to certain people, or certain people seem more fun or safe or whatever to me, because on one hand it feels more exciting yet safer because I can feel that emotional distance. But yet I always seem to get hurt by it, so it just reconfirms why I believe what I believe, even though it's not true. My husband has full on showed me that. Now, like, say if something were to happen to my husband, would it hurt a lot more because I've allowed myself to open up vulnerably to him? Yes. Yes, it would. Would I be okay? Yeah, I would. Would it have been worth it? Yes. Yes, it would have. And I would do it all over again. But somewhere this is still sitting. So for me, it might have been sitting somewhere I wasn't aware of. And it could be creating energetic blocks or thought pattern blocks or action-based blocks or whatever that I wasn't seeing, because you're sitting here with your hopes of a lot of this is, I want to bring in what I've been working for, but a lot of energy on this also is very much a guard. It's of protection. It's of seeing things that would make things like right. It's more logical based. Justice is very logical based. It's unbiased. It's unemotional. It's like the judge in a divorce hearing, right? They have no interest in either party when they're helping to make a decision. And so this is a very unemotional card, but yet in your fears you have the Ace of Cups. So it's just something really to think about. You know, it's interesting when you add all this together and you're like, what is the reason for this? So you might have to go and look at energetically or your thought patterns, or like, what are you thinking about and what are you really manifesting? And do you have a block to that which you're trying to manifest? Do you not even feel like you have enough energy for that much love? You might have an energetic cord. You might have a feeder tube. I don't know. There's many reasons. So just hit me up if you need help with this. But it was just an interesting observation that I can see all right here, that a lot of Tauruses are blocking that which they're trying to manifest. In its abundance in all ways. This is money, but it's either family, kids, lover, abundance, money, business, happiness. There is a fear that says, if I expect the worst, it won't hurt as bad. It's what you call like a spiritual cow or whatever, where if I get only when I do this, I'll get this, or only this will this. And it's kind of like that, where it's like, if I stay not fully opening up or somewhat protected or expecting that it may not come, then at least it won't hurt as bad, right? And there's many ways you can do that, whether you don't try as hard or you do try, but there's a belief in the back of your mind that says you're not deserving, or it'll hurt really bad if you get it. So some part of you energetically keeps it locked down because you think it will protect you. Because this is like an emotional insecurity as well. You have emotions, and a lot of this to me is insecurity. There is some emotional insecurities going on here. And for some reason, you feel like you're not secure enough to weather the emotion of whatever this is that you're trying to manifest. Because look, hopes, non-emotional. Fears, emotional. There's something emotionally you're trying to protect yourself from. So I'm going to go off of that. I'm just try not to beat a dead horse here. And this kind of matches what I was just saying, because this is your likely outcome. You have the 5 of Wands. So this is something, not only it might be competition based. I don't get as much of that, but it might be. There may be other people you kind of have to figure things out with, fend yourself against, but it's also spiritual confliction. And the card that came up for it was, you have the tree, you have door, and you have pentacle. And the tree is very much about health, abundance, longevity. Let's see if there's something else, code word I'm missing. Strong growth, seasons of life, stability, reaching new heights. And door is like new opportunities, and pentagram, abundance. So you're going to have to be seeing different parts of yourself that's going to be coming up, where either you're going to be blocking yourself, or you're going to have to face these parts of yourself from you growing and ascending and going into like this new door, this new chapter of abundance, whatever it is. So you might either have to look at it as you're moving forward, or it might be blocked off. So this is going to be different for everybody depending on how much work you're able to do with yourself or not. Tell me about a 5. Yeah, see, and you have prison. So some of you might very well be energetically stuck, which makes sense. You have in your likely future the Hangman, because you're sitting there trying to think about it and seek enlightenment. And all this whole thing is about abundance. And this 5 of Wands is about the tree, growth, reaching new heights, longevity, this new door, pentagram, abundance. Whether it's a baby, creativity, job, money, love, whatever. And this guy, I mean, prison, like he's sitting there like in his own thoughts. And you have at the bottom of this deck, like, attachment. It's definitely some karmic here going on, because I noticed it when I looked through it. How far back does this go? I mean, you have, you know, attachment. Indecision. Do you want to stay attached to this anymore? Or do you want to release things to spirit? This abundance that's trying to come in. It's up to you. It's going to bring up a lot of your negative traits, a lot of your misbeliefs, your anxiety around lack. But it is possible to have victory, woman holding a coin, abundance. You can have this. You can have this. Like I said, this is solar plexus energy with that 3 of Wands. And you can walk away into this creativity. You could see these new options that are available to you. You can end this cycle. This is a contract. This cycle is karmic. It's a contract. But you're going to have strength to push through it and bring in this abundance and bring balance again. And then have, you know, you got to bring, like, all of it is a vibration of love, right? So you're going to have to go, here's your root chakra. You're going to, and a lot of times, a lot of people don't realize this, but energetically, your root chakra actually is connected to your heart chakra. They're very connected. So a lot of times when you look at somebody's root chakra and it's imbalanced, you either have to do work on both the heart and the root, or sometimes you have to bring energy from the root to the heart, or you have to bring energy from the heart to the root. Like, this is about bringing love to your root chakra, like to heal this insecurity. There is a security issue here, as well as your solar plexus, of not being enough. And there is an unhealthy attachment that you have that is false. And it's leading to a lack mentality that you have, that you are not deserving of this, you can't have it, that you're not enough, that it's going to hurt, that you'd rather not fall in love with it and have it taken away, type of thing. That's what I get a lot of Taurus's lesson is. If they really looked at the energy of it all, part of them has a lack mentality, because Tauruses like to grow and hold. And they used to have a hard time going with the flow and just enjoying the present moment, and when they have something, and then if it goes, then just bringing in the new abundance all the time. They try to grow and hold. And then when they love it and then they lose it, they view change. That's why a lot of Tauruses don't like change, or they have a hard time with it. They view change as loss because they try to grip on. They're very much a 4 of Pentacles energy, even though that's a Capricorn energy, I think. I'm not sure, but it's very much a Taurus energy. And so they're having to really learn to be present in the moment and enjoy what they have when they have it, and be able to ride with it and find that love and security within themselves and not in things outside of them. So if you have been working on that lesson, this is something you're going to have to now bring into this to heal this insecurity. If you haven't been working on that, I would recommend you work on that first, so that as you then go forward into this journey, you're actually able to ride that wave, knowing that that love and abundance is in you. It's home is where the heart is literally inside you, right? It's you. As long as you're okay, everything's okay, and you'll always be okay. But because at any time, anything could change. You know, you could have a kid and lose your child. You could have a husband and lose your husband. You could have a great job and lose your job. You could have a dog that makes you happy and lose your dog. Like, you can't have your stability dependent on something around you. You have to have it within you. So very much work on these lessons within yourself. And if you have been, you might still have more work to do anyways, and this might show you that. This might show you that you have a little bit more work to do on that. Maybe that's what was coming up with all this about, this is the more work you have to do before your 3 of Wands and your 4 of Wands comes in, is you got a little bit more of a switch of perception to help you realize your own stability within, so that you can then heal this karmic lesson of this security fear, insecurity, and this emotional insecurity. Okay, so that it all makes sense now. That's why all this work is needed and this stuff is coming up, so that you can find it within you, so that you are more stable, and then now you will be able to heal and release that energy, so that now your abundance will be able to come in. Because it's not like you guys are like, oh, why is my abundance being held off? When am I going to have it? It hasn't been. You've actually been blocking it. You haven't been in the vibration for it because you've had some wounds, some misperceptions, and some shadow contracts you had to heal. And whether you come to me and help me work with this with you, or whether the universe just aligns this up for you within you, this is what it's guiding you to, is to heal this up so that that abundance can and will actually come in. And this is for, again, the second half of March, or it may have already be happening. You know what I mean? And second half of February, February and March of 2020. But it could already be happening. It could happen in the future. Energy is fluid. So there's some stuff that's going to be happening, and it's going to be different for everybody. So like I said, if you need help with this, hit me up. My email is in the description box below, and you can either just go right for a service, or if you don't know which service would be best for you, just email me. Because there is going to be, so I can help guide you through this, or let you know exactly, like maybe your perception isn't seeing these things happening, but this is what it's telling me, is that this is exactly why this is going to be happening. And I don't say this in a crappy way. This is a good thing, because it's literally what's within you that is blocking your abundance, whether it's children, whether it's money, whether it's a lover, whether it's a creative endeavor, whether it's business, whatever. And it's being cleared out. You have thinking woman. You have all tied up. So, I mean, this is kind of reiterating what I'm saying. You have the 5th chakra, so expression, and then you have the yin yang. So there is a type of block that you have to expressing yourself. That either needs to or is going to be balanced. Because if you look, the throat chakra is all about creativity as well as expression. Tell me about the 5th chakra. Yeah, foe. So it's the block, like it's the energy you're not seeing that needs to be healed and balanced. It's not thinking or not speaking or not manifesting in a proper way. There's an energy that needs to be cleared out that you're not seeing. And you're trying to learn, like you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to manifest. You're doing all the stuff. But there is an energy that is blocking you and tying you up. That you're not seeing. There's a lot you're carrying around that needs to be let go of, and you don't see it. But you need to breathe and go within. You have breathe. So this is about silence, getting in your own space, manifesting, going within, going above. And doing this is going to help you, poised, like you'll be able to actually go on what you're trying to do. So if some of you had something happen lately where you're like, ugh, I'm tired of it, and you just don't like trust people anymore, or something happened, it's guiding you to go within right now, because there's something you're not seeing, and it's this block to your abundance. And it's trying to get you to go within to do this. Like I said, if you need help with this, let me know. But you have here as the energy on, oh, here's your Hermit. On the bottom of the deck. Oh. This Two of Swords is like somebody who, this guy is kind of trying to delay the inevitable of change. And it's like a stalemate. And this stalemate is things are paused for right now. There is no going forward or do anything so that things can be seen or realized. There is no energy that can move at the moment, because there's just things that need to be seen or realized. Like, you can't delay this anymore. There is a transfer. Like, if you look, there's a snake that's coming up to him. And he can't deny it anymore. And this transformation is coming. And you have the King of Pentacles. So this is you. This is also very abundant energy, literally, in this card. It's about being all in line and in sync, and about money and abundance. And then you have the Nine of Cups, like going forth and doing your dreams. You have the Hermit under that, the Page of Pentacles, the Sun. And you're done. Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords, like you're done with the Ten of Swords energy. Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups, yeah. So this pause that's happening is to help you. You also have in the other deck, in the shamanic deck I pulled, Two of Swords. So he's meditating. I don't know if I can focus. Meditating. Going within. Like, he's ignoring and sitting above, like, all of this 3D stuff, technology. He's just trying to go, like, here's all the 3D stuff. He's trying to go above it and go within the spirit realm. So you do have cycles going on. I try to hurry up. Here's two of your oracle cards. You have advanced cycles. You do have support, so ask for help, get more rest, nurture yourself. But cycles, everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body. Tune in to the moon's magic. Adventure, dare to do things differently. Manifest your travel dreams. Move to a new location. So you have cycles. This is a cycle you're working through. It's very much a karmic cycle. So we're going to have to do things differently here this time. And then again, right next to it, you have next to it come up, find the lesson, discover the purpose in a situation, trust that you are learning, wake up, it's your moment. And then you have mortality. Life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. I want to be a queen, stating your sovereignty, declaring freedom, passing a test. No need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. Set your course, know where you wish to go, have a plan, the right direction. Staying away from things that you know are bad for you, so don't drink poison, use your time well. So this is all restating like what I was saying. And it's about taking action. You have the Acrobat, Page of Stones. I'm going to read that. I forgot. I know Eight of Spirals is very much about, action. There's a lot of action coming in. A lot of stuff to help get you where you need to be going and what you need to see. The Acrobat, Messenger of Stones. So it's pretty much the Page of Pentacles. The Acrobat's personality is genuine and engaging. She has an effervescent approach to life that's neither serious nor flip. As one of the troop's messengers, when you meet up with her in your journey, as you most assuredly will, be sure to consider her perspective and an inspired take on things. The troops, that's how you say it, troops messengers in real life are often angels in disguise. The Acrobat's monkey familiar has a trait we would all do well to take to heart. She always is keenly aware of her surroundings. She reads her environment the way we read a book. She misses nothing and therefore makes a powerful ally in solving problems using active imagination and a clear perspective. The acrobat and her monkey familiar bring fresh eyes to whatever dilemmas you may face. Try to identify the acrobats and angelic messengers in your life. The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. And this is what your likely future is, right? New perspective, new eyes. So be keenly aware of your surroundings, read your environment, miss nothing, and therefore have a powerful ally in solving problems using active imagination and a clear perspective. And that's what all these 8 of Wands energy is going to be doing. And that's why you're going to end up here at the Knight of Wands. There's stuff that's going to really just be coming in to help you see not only a difference in perspective, but to remember who you are and how strong you are, and that you have nothing to fear. Because you're going to be okay at the end of the day anyways. You have the Devil under that. You're going to be letting go of certain things that don't need to be there, or they're just not there to help you. They're more of a void. They're going to show you what thoughts to keep, what to let go of, what people to keep, what to let go of, what energy to keep, what to let go of. Like, you're going to be a lot more decisive and sovereign in your being by the end of this. You're going to have a lot more strength. You have Papa Legba. More connected to your inner child. And the Hangman again. Seeing what's blocking your path. So just trust. And then your shamanic cards for advice. Well, before that, you have 6 of Wands, so success. So this is advice leading you to your success. And you have Judgment. You have, again, the Hangman for the 20th time. Not literally, but a lot. There's been a lot of hangmans. You have the 6 of Wands, again, actually. Right? I'm pretty sure. These are cups. Yeah. So you have the 6 of Wands. Again, that was a 6 of Wands over here. In this one, to me, in this shamanic deck, is like, it reminds me of like Mufasa in The Lion King, who's like, you know who you are. Like when he's saying it to Simba. Like this almost has like a higher self vibe to me. And then you have, again, the King of Pentacles here. And you're like just spiritually aligned and in tune. It's almost like there's, hopefully I can get it to focus on this, but if you see, like, it's hard to do it when it's, the light isn't as well, it doesn't focus as well, but he's literally like coming out of the ground. There's mushrooms here. He's literally coming out of the ground and like connected to nature and being called. So like the Judgment card, like it calls you. It calls you back up to realize things, to see things, to be aligned with who you are. It's almost like I got the vibe when I was looking at this. I never had it before. Like, I don't know if you ever heard of like a shamanic death where they literally bury themselves in the ground overnight and they stay in the ground overnight. And it's like a metaphoric or a shamanic death or a spiritual death. And then it's known to be seen as like a rebirth or whatever. So he's like coming up from the ground. But like one with nature again, like one with it in. I think this is really saying that like your higher self is, or spiritual spirit is calling you And this is why I think a lot of Tauruses right now are guided to go in their own space and go in the hermit energy and to kind of be a little uncomfortable, but see how he's kind of like hanging in the background. And you have a full moon too, but to be in an uncomfortable position to release things, but isolate yourself. Like your higher self is like almost like creating this to happen. It's very Scorpio energy, the judgment, for you to see things, realize things, or have a call to go to yourself, connect back with nature, connect back. So you do that, you go within, you connect, and then because of that, you're now connected again to your true self, your higher self, and there's something you see or hear or realize. Like Mufasa says to Simba, I can't remember if it's I think it's who you are, or it might be remember who you are. But it's like I was saying in the beginning of all this, now I think about it, I'm like, it's going to help you know who you are. And remember, like, your sovereignty. Like, this is very much like a Leo energy, like solar plexus energy, even though I think they do the heart. But to me, they're very much solar plexus energy as well. They're very much about will and drive and self-esteem and will and determination and that courage of a lion. You know what I mean? And then here you are, like, all integrated, and you're like, now you remember, I think he's like a buffalo. So, you're wise, yet you're sturdy and strong. And you're just in peace. Like, you remember your abundance now. So, if you've had some stuff happen to you that has been either kind of sad or a little bit disheartening, or losing hope, or people suck, or blah blah blah, it's for a purpose, because there's something you're supposed to see, and it's going to straighten some stuff out with you, because you are actually on the path you're supposed to be on to get to your abundance. And you are abundance. There's just a belief that you have to get out and purge out of you, so that that abundance that you are can come in and shine bright in who you are, and you don't block your blessings anymore. Okay? So I think I'm going to leave that here. I don't want to keep going on it or like dilute this anymore, but you're almost there, Taurus. Like, you're almost there. You're right there. So trust that's what's going on right now. That yes, that abundance is yours. Yes, that abundance is you. But there's one or a few misconceptions or energetic things going on in you that need to or are being shifted so that it can just boom, go, right? Almost. You're almost there. So I know everyone's like patience or whatever, but it's not even like, I'm not even gonna be like, be patient again. Like, it's like closer than ever, and I know like we can feel it, and it's right there, and you're right there. Like, you're even, Tauruses are even that feeling, that push finally, that they went for it, and they're like, yes, boom, and you are, it's coming, it's there actually. But abundance a lot of times is also perspective as well as energetic. So allow the universe, allow your guides, and allow your higher self to do what they need to do. Sit back, pull back, go within, and allow to whatever they want to change or release for your higher good. And invite that in. And the abundance will show in your reality as it always has been. It's just now actually energetically aligned, because now you see it, now you believe it, and now you are just beaming it from every pore in your body in the way we always have, but without any limitations. Okay? I love you guys. If you need any help with this, please hit me up. For any surveys, you can look in the description box below. If you're confused, email me as to which one and I can help guide you. If this has helped you, or for reciprocity of energy, the donation information is in the description box below, my PayPal information. Any questions, email information, description box below, service information. I just don't have my shamanic services up there yet, so email me about those. And for anything else, if you want to help out with this, if you're grateful for my energy, if this video has helped you, any way you can give back, please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. I put out different types of videos, but please like, share, and comment on the video. It's your way of giving back if you can't do it monetarily, and I understand. Also, if I have worked with you before service-wise, or if even in these videos they've really helped you, please go to my business Facebook page, which is Cosmic Vibrations with a dash, Eyes with a Z, so EYEZ, wide open 1111. Cosmic Vibrations dash home of Eyes Wide Open. I don't know if I've said that before. So Cosmic Vibrations, like Cosmic Vibrations dash home of Eyes with a Z, EYEZ, wide open 1111. Cosmic Vibrations dash home of Eyes with a Z, wide open 1111. Or the username is Cosmic Vibrations 1111. If you need help with this, let me know. You could also email me if I confuse the crap out of you. Okay? But it would be great if you guys could leave a review there on if you've ever worked with me service-wise, because I'm trying to build that up now. Or just how much I've helped you in these videos. Okay? I love you guys. I'll be seeing and talking to you soon. Bye. I love you.